Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Chaudhary. I'm going to tell about the story of Brody McElroy, the music student, my thoughts on the way I listened to the story. I think Brody McElroy's story is worth listening to as it enhances our understanding of inclusivity in our society. It is a 6-minute video that evokes positive emotions as Brody can discover a whole new world at Box Hill College. I think I listened to this video keenly and actively. I fully engaged with the speaker in the video and made uh, conscious efforts to understand Brody's experiences in college. I paid a great deal of attention to both verbal and non-verbal cues, and I tried to understand the underlying meaning aspects of inclusivity in the institution. As I listened to the whole video, I developed a genuine interest in understanding the perspective of different speakers about the aspect of diversity, immigration, privilege, and other experiences of inclusion at the college. By actively listening to Brody's story, I gained insights into the lived experiences of some people in Australia, and this helps fostered my understanding of the struggles they go through, their triumphs, and their perspectives on diversity and inclusion in society. How I listen to the story? Active listening to this story is critical in enhancing my understanding of inclusivity and diversity and challenging biases hindering inclusivity in the learning environment. Different moments in the story impact me as they connect with my personal experiences here in Australia. One of these moments is when Brody arrives at the courtyard where music is set up. At this point, Brody is highly welcomed by his fans, and this clearly indicates how everyone is appreciated in this institution. Another impactful moment is when Brody hangouts and sings with his friend in a band. How Brody is integrated into the band is amazing and speaks more about inclusivity and diversity practices at this institution. This resonates with my experiences at Coles Sydney, where the institution was keen on ensuring everyone feels at home regardless of their differences. My understanding of privilege and gender influenced how I listen to this story. I actively listen to Brody's story simply because I understand stories related to privilege and inclusive practices are vital in building a more inclusive society. I paid close attention to what Brody went through at Box Hill Institute with the view of understanding how the institution has ensured that the rights of every person are protected and they can explore their potentials. My understanding of ability prompted me to listen actively to the story to enable me to understand how Brody will fare at the institution. What I failed to hear from this story is some of Brody's challenges that at the institution, which is unrealistic. Even though Box Hill Institute might have adopted policies and practices that promote diversity and inclusivity, it is definite that some students will encounter some challenges. How do my practices of listening influence my approach to inclusive practices as a teacher? Some words describing how I listen to stories include engaged, attentive, imaginative, curious, and absorbed. My approach to responsive listening will be unique if I can adopt a various tones and genres to provide listening experiences tailored to the user's needs. It can also be unique if there is an element of versatility. My way of listening to the stories will have a far-reaching impact on my ability to respond to students by forming relationships with them. Active listening will enable me to respond to the students' replies and understand their emotional nonsense, which is significant in building trust and empathy. I will be able to understand their needs, which will help me formulate or advocate for inclusive practices. Thank you.